everybody, welcome back to Stitching Big Things with Hallie. I'm Hallie. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today is Friday, May 23rd, 2025. How's everybody's 2 weeks been? Mine has been great. We are finally finished with junior year of high school. Woohoo! He got finished and wrapped up here on Wednesday, took his last final, and we are now officially on summer break. I am so excited. It doesn't change my schedule very much, but I know it changes his schedule quite a bit. It just allows us to have a little later dinner. You know, I'm not worried about bedtime. At this point, he's old enough. He's going to be going to college after next year. Good night, mom's going to bed. That's the situation that we're coming up to, which is great. So also the other big thing that's happening here is my third one started his first internship. He is staying up in the Missouri area. That's where he goes to school. And he is staying up there for the summer, and he's going to do a summer internship for being a business major. So I'm super happy for him. He had his first day. He sent me all the first day internship pictures, all dressed in his business casual clothes that he had to pick up for this new adventure that he's on. So we're super happy for him. Just everything seems to be moving along accordingly. So we have Memorial Day coming up this weekend, which will be so nice for here in the United States. For those of us who maybe get a little time off, maybe you are going to have a cookout or just hang by the pool. We were going to do a pool day, but it looks like it's going to be 98%, at least as of today, 98% chance of rain. So it may turn into a stitchy/reedy day. Or I think the new, what is that, Mission Impossible? I think that new movie starts this weekend. So we may do like a matinee type thing on Monday because if it's raining, who cares? We can sit in the movie theater. So anyway, hopefully everybody will have good plans for the upcoming Memorial holiday in the United States. So, okay, what are we going to talk about today? Today is going to be a little bit of a quicker video. The last few have been a little long. I've been a little chatty. I'm still going to be chatty, but I don't have as much to show. So we're going to start with a couple of things I purchased and a recommendation that I have for you for a channel to go check out. Then we're going to talk whips. And then I thought it would be fun to show you my notions bag that is in my cross stitch bag that gets carried with me. We are coming up quickly on some vacations and some retreats because StitchCon is coming. And so I thought it might be fun to go through my notions bag, show you what I carry. Honestly, I just grabbed it out of my bag. I'm not sure what's in here. I don't want to talk about the bag. I want to talk about what's in it. And then I need to know from you, what am I missing? What do you carry that you find really, really important, or what have I encouraged you to include in your notions bag for when you travel? So thought that would be a fun way to wrap up today. Okay, let's talk things I have purchased. First of all, I have a recommendation for a channel for you. She's not new. She's been around as long as I have been, and I have been a fan from day one. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Craftie Emily. Craftie Emily is a sweet lady from across the pond, and she has a wonderful channel. One of the things I love about that she does is in December, she does a daily vlog. And it's like, I just love seeing Emily every day. And I miss it when the end of the year rolls around. But she has started some new adventures. And she has started a new Ko-fi shop. She was doing Etsy. She has now moved over to Ko-fi. Apparently you can sell your handmade items there, as well as, have the buy me a coffee type situation. So both of those options are available there. And I finally went and bought something. I have looked and looked and looked and just have never pulled the trigger, and it was finally time. I saw enough things that I was like, yes, please. So let me show you what I got. I have this upside down. Here's what I got. I got this very cute little dragon's eye needle minder. Love it. It is so sweet, has great, it's very flat, but yet the eyeball is kind of smooth. It's kind of neat. Nothing, no sharp, no jaggy edges, but a lot of detail. I just really, really love it. And I have lots of projects that is going to go fantastic on. And then this is what really I've been watching her use her prototype. And this is what really got me there. And then of course, you know, you got to have the fun. I wanted to try this. This is a needle minder. Look at the back of these. Like, they're just not like your average needle minders. Like, she blings them up a bit, which is so nice. Super, super strong magnets. Super strong magnets. These were this is her own invention. She makes these, she puts these on there, and she used like little floss drops. So she uses one on one of her projects. And so I just like, go get one, try it. I would love this. I'm going to use it on Pandemic. So I can't wait to get this one going, and have some fun with that. It also works as a needle minder. So, but I can't wait to use it as the floss drop. So these are the two I ordered. So nice. And then because she's just a wonderful person, she sent me a couple of freebies. She sent this sweet little coffee cup, which so reminds me of her because she always has her coffee cup every time when she videos. She's like me. Her cup is attached to her hand. And then she also has a needle minder of the month club. And I've been looking at this. I wonder if she could actually like go look in the back of Ko-fi and see what I had. Because I think I maybe even had this in my cart and then I took it out of my cart. But I love it. These sweet little needle minders. This one was for April, obviously, for Easter. All handmade. She makes them herself. She colors them, bakes them, whatever she does. She works her magic on them. They're very sturdy, very steady, and just so, so cute. These obviously have the sweet little things on the back. Wonderful magnets as well. So thank you, Emily, for these. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of them. I cannot wait to employ them onto my projects and use them. And I look forward. The other thing she does that's super cool, which maybe next on my purchasing list, she does stamps. And some are perfect stamps that have never been put through the mail. And then there's some that are so old and unique, but they've also been run through the mail, and they have just that little bit of, like, you can see where the line went through when it was an old scanner type situation. It doesn't take away from the stamp. It actually, I thought, enhanced the stamp. I was like, oh, like that is a stamp that's been used. So, and they're super cool designs. Like, we just have boring, like, regular stamps here. I mean, you can buy different stamps, maybe it's just I'm not into the stamps here in the United States. I don't know, but these are different and they're super cool. And they're, flat, and they're good size. I don't know what she does to them. She does something, so she makes them, I don't know. Laminates the wrong word, but she puts some stuff on them and seals them up and makes them so they're perfect, and they're not flexible or anything like that. They're hard, and then you get them as a needle minder. So I'm super excited. I've been keeping my eye on her Ko-fi shop. I know she just loaded a bunch on. There may not be any left, but if you're at all interested, please check out Craftie Emily. Go to her channel, subscribe. You're not gonna regret it. The woman stitches beautiful things, unique things, and I don't know how she gets it all done. I don't know how she does her life, works a full-time job, has a house full of kids, and a wonderful man, and takes care of him, and does all the things. And she stitches thousands and thousands and thousands of stitches every week and has a business. I don't know how she does it all. So she's super inspirational. You're gonna just fall in love with her personality. Go check her out, subscribe to her channel, and check out her Ko-fi shop. Okay, so let's talk projects. First one I want to share with you today is Pandemic. Pandemic is a long dog sampler pattern, and I am stitching this. I've got my notes here. So I'm stitching this on a 20 count Zweigart in the colorway Deep Red. It is been dyed by XJU Designs, XJU Designs. She also did the silk that I am using on that, and it is hand dyed in the colorway Steel. It is PS95, and I'm using that 1/1 with on the deep red, and then all of the animals are getting are being done in 310 2/1, and those are like the accents. So I had to take it out of the Q-snap because I had to move it. So I did open it up this morning so you could see what I had gotten accomplished. I cannot wait, you guys. We talked about, this is my mainly monogamous May, right? So 2 projects. This is one. The other one is a full coverage project because my brain kind of works in full coverage, not full coverage, like 2 baskets. So I picked one from each basket. And let me tell you, what I can't wait for is at the end of the month to show you the before, at the beginning of the month, and at the end of the month, and to show you what just 2 dedicated projects, what you can accomplish in a month. I am so excited. Just watching this one grow has been fun. So, okay, just get to it. Let's show the people. Okay, here is where I am currently at. So here is out of the Q-snap. I'm gonna pull this back and lift it up. So hopefully underneath you can see the before. It was still in the Q-snap in the before picture, but that's okay. Let's talk about what got accomplished. I'm gonna turn it this way so I can catch this back. Okay, so I can't remember if these people were in or were not in. I don't remember, but they may have been in. I know this was not in. So all of this, and it is just rows and rows and rows and little designs. I tell you what, it stitches up like a dream. You just get the pattern and you just go to town. I did have to frog a few times because the pattern does change every now and then, but that's okay. I didn't, because the Q-snap was here, that's as far as I could get. So I will close that in, obviously, when we move over to this next area. This over here was all done, but this got done, everything got added in. Then on this side, let's talk about what we got accomplished. I added in all of this. This bird was done, and this one streak here, but everything underneath it, this bird, everything underneath all the way down through the star. Then I came up, did the heart area, came up, got the leaf. All of this got, I think like I came up and added all this. All this got added, all this got added. This was here, the bird was here, the reindeer was here. I think that's a reindeer. All this got added. Then I came over and like part of this was done. So I came and I've been working my way down and slowly starting to work this way. So a ton of progress this week. Let's talk numbers. I got 6,972 stitches in 2 weeks. I don't work on it every day. I kind of alternate back and forth. I think I had one day where it was like a rainy, cold day here, and I stitched both projects and I got a ton of stitches in. So, so a good amount of progress happened in this last 2 weeks. So super fun to show. I am currently at 49.35%. So while I feel like I've certainly got a lot done, and of course there's all this that's in the back here that you can't see that's tucked in, I still got a long way to go. So certainly probably not a 26 finish, but very possible for a 27 finish. But I got to keep moving it down the road, and that is the goal of this month. So super excited to have that done. Like I said, this little needle minder with 2 colors on it, it's going to work beautiful on this, and you will see that on that project next month. I was kind of holding on to it till I showed it. So the other project that I have been working on is Red Maple Fairy. Red Maple Fairy is a Jasmine Beckett Griffith pattern charted by Haid. I am stitching this on an 18 count easy grid fabric. I am stitching it 2 over 1. I have 2 over 2 on my notes, but it's 2 over 1. So I got quite a bit done this month. Here is where I am at. Loving this. Here is hopefully a before and after. Let me pull it back a little bit so I have enough room so you can see the before and after. All of this side got filled in. A lot of these, and you can still see there's a few random stitches that I haven't picked up the color yet. I'm trying to get some of the bigger stuff. And now I'm basically working in the reds here because I got good amount of stitches in those areas to be done. So, but we are progressing quite nicely on this one. So happy. I put in 5,566 stitches on this month. So really happy. It is currently sitting at 66.09%. Roughly, I have not looked at the number. I have not dove into the numbers enough. I know I did last week quite a bit and I talked about it a lot, but I don't remember. My mental goal was if I could get to about 70%, then I might be able to say, okay, this might be a 2026 finish. I might be able to break that up enough and, have it be a small enough number that I could actually have a 2026 finish on that. If not, it certainly is going to be a 27 finish for sure. But I'm just going to keep plowing along. We'll get there when we get there. But I'm super, super happy to see significant progress. I've got 7 more days, another week on this one. So I'm really going to push. I have no reason why I shouldn't be able to get this done and be able to move. And I might be able to turn this, or I might have to adjust it where I could get I might be able to hit the bottom, I guess is what I'm saying. If I turn this and go down, because I think it's a full page and maybe a little extra on the bottom. So if I turn it, I might be able to get so that I could get that bottom corner and work my way across for the finish. So we'll see. That is yet to be determined. So, okay. So those are my two whips for the whole week. I know not a lot to show, but really, really great progress in 2 weeks to have about 12,000 stitches. Like, I'm not balking at that. Absolutely not. So, okay, let's talk coming up in the next couple months. I'm obviously going to finish this up for May. What does June look like? I have been thinking about June a little bit. I do have all of my goals that I have to meet in June. We are traveling in June. We are going to have a quick little vacation. And so it's going to actually be 3 weeks before I see you again, because we're going to be on vacation in the time when I would normally check back in. So it will be 3 weeks. So thinking about goals that need to get accomplished, things that travel well, options to be taken. Quaker Christmas 2, I've got 2 sections that I need to finish up on that because I did not get the May section done because I wanted to be monogamous, mainly monogamous. So I have 2 sections for that. So that's 2 colors, easy to take along. I also have 2 sections on 1 down and 3 across, and that's 1 color. So I think both of those are probably going to go just because I've got big numbers that I need to get into those. And, car stitching is easy with 2 colors or 1 color. So I think those probably will go. I do have a new start coming up. Let me put that here. That is going to be Halloween Hijinks from Carolyn Manning. My table at the last retreat, at the Stitching Texas retreat, decided, I love Carolyn Manning, you guys know that. One of the gals had seen Halloween Hijinks, and I have looked at this a number of times and never bought it. And there were 3 or 4 of us that were like, we like that. And what we saw it on a purple fabric. And I think it was the combination of the threads and the fabric. So mine is all set up, ready to go. I came home, picked the best purple fabric out of what I had. Some people had to order, but I chose out of my stash. I had all the colors but one. So I have obtained the last color. And you know, there's a handful. I mean, it's 20 maybe colors, I don't know. But I had them in my stash. So I pulled them out and I am ready to go. So some of my people from my table have already started, but because I was doing Monogamous May, I decided let's push it off. I'll start it in June. So Halloween Hijinks is definitely going to get started sometime on my trip. And I probably will take mini nights along as well. That's a full coverage project. And it's only in like 11 colors. So it travels easy. It's not too bulky. And that will give me a nice variety to work on. On vacation, I do some stitching in the evening, but I do a lot more reading than I do of stitching, which is fine. Because, you know, we sit by the pool and we relax. We also have a lot of activities, some of the activities planned. And so, but we are driving there. And so, and it's, you know, it's a long car ride. So if I'm not driving, I will be stitching, and listening to an audiobook, which will be super fun. And, all my people drive now. So, you know, I'm not necessarily have to be the driver, which is always nice. So that's kind of what you can anticipate coming up in June. Again, 3 weeks. If you're not interested in seeing in what is in my notions bag and you just were here for the whips, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and we'll see you in 3 weeks. Okay, let's talk notions pack real quick. As you can see, mine is pretty chunky. I like to take lots of stuff with me. I have not taken anything out of here. I have not actually even really, I mean, I've organized it, but like there could be stuff in here that I don't even think is in here. So let's open it up. First of all, bag, isn't it gorgeous? Everybody knows I am a Garon gal. This wonderful, sweet little bag came from a dear, dear friend, Danielle, who lives in Ohio. And I have met many years from StitchCon. And we are friends enough that we text each other, and I wish she lived closer because I think I would love to go to see her girls play their sports. And I think our families would work well together. But since she doesn't, I see her when I see her, and we're friendly every other time. But she gave this to me last year, I think, which was super sweet because she knows I love my love of poppies. And so thank you so much, Danielle. I love it. I adore it. It goes with me everywhere when I travel. So what is in my travel bag? First thing I have in there is a tape measure. So I'm not sure why I keep that in there, but it's handy. When I start things, I always make sure I'm starting in the right place. And so it's helpful to have. I keep a bunch of these little magnetic things that can help wrangle fabric. So there's a bunch of those in there. These are fun. I am not sure where I got this one from. Somebody may have given it to me. And if you did, if it's somebody that I just don't remember, I'm sorry. This is a sweet little needle book. And what I love about this one is it has a pocket. And so it holds all of my threaders. So, you know, every now and then you need a needle thread. I have a variety in here. Let's take a peek at them. Since I'm showing you, oh, this one got broke. Darn it. We'll have to get rid of him. And this is a great little one to catch those threads. So those are helpful to always have with you. So this little needle book, it came from the Dallas Needlework and Textile Guy. They made these and handed them out, I think 2 years ago at the Texas Stitching Retreat. And they're very, very simple, but I found that because they had a couple of things I could organize a little bit. So here's what is in mine. I have a counting pin in case I need a counting pin. These are what I have labeled regular needles. So they're just your standard typical needles. The other thing that's in here are my snag nabbits. I have two different sizes. One's a little bigger than the other. This one's the bigger one. This one's the thinner one. So the snag nabbits are in there because, you know, you never know when you're going to need them. I love, in particular, ball tip needles. I think they work great for my full coverage, and they fit my size of the finger. I love them. So I have organized my ball tip. These are obviously labeled so that I can quickly find what I need. So that's super fun. Because I am in my 50s, I have glasses because, you know, if you know, you know. Extra scissors, of course, with a fun little scissor fob. I love scissor fobs on scissors. That's probably my, if I had one thing that I find, you know, some people are needle minder people. Some people are, like they come with the mats, and, you know, and they have their whole setup. I don't have any of that. Like I have a few needle minders that I want, but I generally don't use them too terribly much. I love a scissor fob. That's my weakness. I have a little notebook in here in case I need to make notes. And when I look at these notes, actually, Danielle's address is in here that she gave me. Of course, it's in my phone now, but this is great to have if you take to a retreat. You can ask people, hey, do you mind giving me your information? I would love to, you know, be Facebook friends or social friends with you. So that's nice. Or to just take notes. Of course, I have a wonderful emery board that I think I got at one of the retreats last year. One of the sweet ladies that I sat with gave me that. Also, some tweezers. You many times will need to be able to grab that one piece of thread, and you don't want to disturb all the rest. Also the same with one of these little needle brushes. I love this one because it has a little case to keep it clean. So that's in there. I have some more scissors because you know, you can just never, and some more scissors. You can just never have enough. And this one has a sweet little spider on it. I got this from one of the ladies a few years ago with the first exchange I did at StitchCon. Maybe it was the second one. I can't remember, but she did a Halloween theme, and this was the scissor fob that came with that. So that's on that scissors. Oh, look, I have another, I need to add that into my, another little threader. So I'm going to put that in my, organize my case here a little bit. So I think that one just showed up at the last retreat that I got. So that's nice. And then, oh, I got two of them. I have two of these little ones. That's great. We'll replenish my stock since I have one that broke. And the last thing that's in here is something I picked up at a Stitching in the Wild retreat last year. Love this. I showed this last year, but I picked this up. This is a magnetic beading case. So this part is sticky. This part is magnetic. Obviously, it holds your beading needles. And when you go to bead, you can just drop your beads on there, and then literally you can hold them up. They don't fall because they stick, but it's not sticky enough that it goes onto the beads. And you can just literally like, and just stab your beads and do your beading. So, so I keep that with me. It is not currently being employed because I don't have anything currently being beaded. My Shannon Christine Designs is going to get that very soon because I'm just a few thousand stitches away from being ready to bead. So whenever I'm ready, that is what is in my Notions case. So what am I missing? What things do you guys find you use on the regular that would make my life easier? Or have I shown you something that you're like, oh yeah, why do I not have that in my case? So if there is something that I need to add, by all means, drop it down below in the comments. Otherwise, I think that pretty much wraps it up for this week. Don't forget, I will see you in 3 weeks, and we will talk end of May. We're gonna wrap that up look and see how the mainly or mostly monogamous May went. And we'll start those June projects. So, okay, everybody, thanks so much. It's been a great check-in with you. And everybody have a great Memorial Day here in the United States. And don't forget, keep stitching those big things.